It's good to be back. Very good.
This is the restroom. Failing my father because I shouldn't be telling the people that steal from me the way we're receiving money. So he can give me my money. That's so rude. What else? So possibly though, I'm hoping not because I want to stay in a hotel today at least. I'll be spending the next 5 years-ish in a homeless shelter. Or poor in an apartment again. What else? Taking to that penalty for everyone that steals from me that gets in the way of my receiving money that stays in my homes without my permission. The vehicles that have caused data and can only to be separated from me because now that I've submitted all of what I think is very concrete evidence. Sometimes to the police it's like, okay, so you lived through the, even though if they have been investigating, they'll be like just for public safety, they'll prolong like the process. Hopefully getting the death penalty to those people that steal from me that get in the way of receiving money after I'm being raped without causing you to be separated from me. So it's prolonged, I've heard. What else? So I'll be live as much as possible every day if I can. If not, that doesn't mean that I'm not seeking the death penalty for the people that steal from me and get in the way of receiving money, stay in my home, so don't work for me. Cause they need the money to be separated from me. I'm just not online that day. What else? I'm bored. Anyways, I'm entertaining myself. I want to do a picture of a flat lake and I need another because I want to include my phone in the picture. I love flat lays. I miss flat lays. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And I'm trying to be good and not mention those people that steal from me and get annoyed when you're saving money. I stay in my homes with all my permission of calls they didn't want to be separated from me a lot now that I've like completed the entire investigation. I've gotten into the part where my HEV is surrounded by possibly by people that stay in my home still. They used to stay in my homes without my permission as a child. 21 people are watching, 0 like this post. I don't do homeless shelter. Love. There's a really pretty guy there that I want to go over to dinner. I don't want to miss out on that. But I'm okay if I have to. Or he may reject me. He's really pretty. What else? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Design Store. Lo que estoy pensando, sweet to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop. INTAYIAFAY. I'm sorry. Now I got it. The Ouija board. No, I'm like, this is like good for anything to me. I always circle that when I see it. And then I look, I'm like, it's not there. Later, I'll make that a word or it means something already. Bus was also on the next one, no? Was it on this one? Oh, bus is on this one, and it's not a part of the puzzle. What else? 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 So I have to take care of myself to the best of my abilities, to the best of my energy level. I've been wearing the same outfit for how many days already? I can't get myself to do the laundry at the homeless shelter. What else? Just yet? If there's a schedule for it, Paul. I've never had to do laundry on a schedule. Maybe at a hotel it closes at 10, but it's like available all day. And one says, which could be big. And it's happened to where I have to return to my room because they're all busy. But not like specific times and have to leave it possibly. If one doesn't get to the washer like during like the first few, there's only like maybe like 4 washers and 4 dryers. So I saw the other day bags of clothes on the floor. I wonder if after they dry it, after washes, they throw it in the dryer, the stuff for one. What else? 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 So it's uncomfortable to get adjusted, and I'm also in like vacation mode. Like I'm there, but I'm not there. Like I had on the floor. My apartment got mice, roaches in it. I slept until like 4:30 a.m. this morning, and then I got up to use the restroom around that time, and I got up again around 5-ish when the staff said that the restroom would be closed soon, like in 30 minutes. What else? 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 So, First Watch is and World Market is. It's like it was missing something, no? I've been saying like so. I've been shopping at World Market and Target there. But if I have known that the one by the college would be closed and that one would be open decades ago, like this tragedy of mine-ish. My dad's very adamant that people don't stop giving their kids their money, even though he didn't give me my own trust, because we're victims of abuse. So there's something about me shopping so happily at Dollar Tree out of necessity near college that could make people, especially overseas, be like, oh, now you can pay for everything for $1. She is happy, and then those students would end up in a homeless shelter, angry, or starving while in college because the parents are just look at my video and my attitude of If I have to, I will shop at Dollar Tree. But I skip that purchase before. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I can buy toothbrush at HEB. I don't need to get it from Dollar Tree for if someone needs it at that price. What else? What else? It's more like convenience. Like, oh, I was at Walmart and HEB on Kitty Hawk Road, and on Kitty Hawk Road, and I'm heading back to my apartment. And instead of turning around, there's Dollar Tree nearby. Here, this McDonald's. So I would turn left and be like, "Here's my toothpaste that I forgot to buy." What else? What else? What else? Well, Jada and Kelani were in school. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicle. I'm trying not to talk about it, but what am I gonna do all day? I don't have a home of my own. The FBI possibly took it away from them decades ago, and they turned it into illegal brothel as soon as they turned into adults. There's a guy in Puerto Rico that is so handsome and so lonely. The wife doesn't know how to suck dick, but I do. So I stay there. He pays me with her money, and I get to wear her purses and her wardrobe. And he takes me on her Maserati. Guys, you want to join in? To all their high school friends and people like that. Also, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He's a leech. He doesn't know how to process his emotions. He should be alone for the rest of his life. Never in a situation where he's in a relationship. He's not healthy for that. Probably doesn't even like sex. So just wants to go around and hating on people and ruining people's lives. Possibly wants to die. So it's always looking for an excuse for people to kill him. It's not depression. People say he's very cruel. He just doesn't want to live. So he's always trying to give people a reason to kill him. Those aren't Puerto Rican lingo that people throw around just like this. What else? 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 I'm bored. But I'm pretty much content here. What else can I do? I tried browsing on the internet, but I'm like almost ready for another meal. I checked on the Guadalupe Community Center on Chavez. Cesar Chavez has sometimes a mobile laundry facility, but I'm not using that, so I'd rather. There's possibly a long line. And it says on their website that they offer utility assistance and what is it? What is it? Oh, and one-time payment so that one doesn't lose one apartment. Which might be, there was a whole fiasco to happen to some of my relatives where I possibly got a credit from like first month free, and then that leech that was there took it away from me, confessing that she steals from me in real life. When I said, "What is this credit for?" she took it away. And I'm like, good, I'm not going to complain about that. I would have happily paid for the fees on my own if I'd have to. What I'm going to have to. Eventually, they're going to start charging me for it. No? Or maybe not. Well, do they have it noted? That will be interesting just for my pay, like, my checking account when I have to pay my debts. But she's done that before, no? To other people. Or a relative of hers. What else? 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 If they're stealing from one outside of their work, they steal at work in some sort of way. She possibly took the keyboard with her if it's not there. It could be being clean. I'm just saying, she possibly sold it to her cousin that wants to rape me, And she couldn't make that happening because I didn't cook arroz con gandules for her. I've been warned. And she said, well, I will sell you this keyboard that she touched. What else? What else? What else? The cousin is now upset at the police station all the time. Testifying. I did not want a keyboard. I wanted to take it. What? I'm bored. I am bored. Sticking to the penalty for people steal from me is so much fun. I wish I had Jaden Kilani with me. And it has nothing to do about my safety. I took Jaden to Central Library last year. And one of my handsome cousins was there. The cute one, the young one. I don't know. Get the penalty already. If we're guilty, I don't know if that one's guilty. Is there 20? Get the penalty already. If we're guilty, I don't know if that one's guilty. Is there 20 years younger? I can't remember. They're very pretty to me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. His brother stole homes from me decades ago. And when I had Jaden, they were playing pretend with illegal prostitutes. Then I was there while I was with that girl. So the entire time that I was living with that girl, they were playing housewife, no? In my homes without my permission, faking being me with those losers that don't know how to process their emotions. They're interested in me. They're just interested in the material things. They're just disgusting. They just want to inflict pain. And then they find people that are either like them or people that can't get out of the situation. Either way, not my problem. I like staying true to myself. And with myself for the most part, I'm always having sex with myself anyways. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Colleagues, we can talk ribbon. What else? What else? What else? What else? That's different. Spoon flowers, who has more sense? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I did miss out on that baby got print that one of them designed. What else? What else? What else? What else? And it was around the time that my kid was in that age group for baby gap. Sadly, I was possibly on Navy buying the print that another one of them had designed. It happens. What else? What else? What else? What else? They want to ask me what I'm doing. I better know that I've seen it. If I pick one or I say both, a few weeks later, maybe surprise, we own still a license into the fabric. Look at me now. No, baby, know that she's an adult man with this fabric. Oh, the what else? One of them may be an actual baby headband size too. It's like I had it saved in this planet that I'm gonna gift it to. My video got slightly disconnected. One of them may have had to deal with that. For the baby booty, the onesie, the headband, all in the same print. And he may have to turns it into a bracelet. Have you done that ever? Crossed it twice? There, I have a bracelet that matches my headband. Well, one of them guys said, oh no, you're gonna pin it to a solid colored dress as an accessory like her mother does. What else? What else? Essentially, they're trying to kill me as if I'm Queen Elizabeth. They're tired of Queen Elizabeth having so many coats. So So they wish they could turn Elizabeth homeless, and because they can't, everyone around them, they're like, we must turn you homeless. Specifically, if you behave well, you just remind me of those people out there with the J. Crew post. That's why I don't talk to them. I haven't. I'm like, I'm staying in a hotel by the homeless shelter. Go away, I said to those people that approached me through Facebook in 2021, and now I talk to them. They thought they would get a do-over. They're stupid. Oh, I want to draw on these already, but with permanent paint. What would I draw? Black paint. I need that Angela's paint. Rose. I'm bored. I am bored. So sadly, these niches are just the same, or they volunteer for something that they don't understand. They want to get out. What do you mean they're comparing her to Queen Elizabeth? They want her dead or homeless just to mock the crown. What crown? What crown? What? What else? I'm bored. I respect because they're humans, but I love the people that are richer. And I don't spread my legs for them, but I raise them. They currently are, so I'm always like those poor people, literally. Always possibly wanting more money. Some of them have to work. What else? So I don't envy anything out of them. I don't worship them as if they're out of reach. Just because there's a gate outside of their home and there's guards around it. What else? 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 I don't think that the people that are rich are taking away from them either. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's different. Sometimes maybe some companies say we want an investment. How much did Nvidia invest in AI? Isn't that like a true example of me saying, well, I'll help you out, but then you help me out if you want to? Every day of the party. Some people are like that. They're like, we'll help you out, but first you have the voice to make me so rich. And neither one of us need that so badly either. It's just or whatever currency it is. I've heard there's marriages like that. They go like, my husband is such an incredible doctor, and soon after that, a hospital. He had an office just for him, and after the wife went around, because she has the kind of people that would love to see him have a hospital. Believe it or not, he's already tried. He's like, I asked for sports car and I get them like right away. A fucking toe clinic hospital, they don't support that. It's not in them. But you, honey, and I didn't marry you for this. Yes, I've heard you've always wanted a hospital. We can give you the money. So yes, please, like, don't be like, oh, he's such into sports car. He wouldn't need that. It hurts. For people to say that, no, he's just into sports cars. So, what else? So that's network. What else? Now all of their marriages are fixed now. With how I get from one place to the other, and I'm like, crush here, crush there, crush everywhere. That's it. Now there are men, so I wouldn't pursue them. And homeboy at the homeless shelter is unattainable at the moment. Not only because he may not be interested in me, but because I'm poor. Those leeches that I grew up around are disgusting. If they think I'm gonna legally prostitute myself just to take someone out, I have no obligation towards him. I haven't even smiled. He may grow into hating me and saying that bitch that is there on bench, whatever, I won't ever talk to her. Saw her the first day, she's like all over my body. I would have done it. It's now 3 months and she still doesn't have money to take me out. And still goes when she sees me. But no, isn't being aggressive, so I don't have to file anything with the police. Other than she still doesn't have money. Otherwise, she would have been asking me out for dinner. What here? Revolution Coffee, they thought that they would enamor me. I took myself out to eat, to drink Revolution Coffee when I was kicked out of my apartment and then onto Haven for Hope in a hotel provided. Those leeches that steal from me that I don't talk about most likely memorize everything that I posted doing during those days, and they're like, well, she'll be homeless again, and then we can be like, Arlene, ¿quieres un gift card de Revolution Coffee? Enséñame las tetas entonces. They think it's their time back then. That's why I'm being quiet, so that when I'm homeless again, I'll be like, guys, I want Revolution Coffee gift card, si ven las tetas. I've never met so much against people. I related to my parents. To use the restroom again. I want to bathe whose people will turn for me. I've already turned in everyone that I know. Steal from me, that's another What's up? And it's hilarious because I have no update whatsoever. After my 20-somethings of knowing anything, they were warned too. So they thought like I would have like a whole laundry list of en el 2017 tuvieron aquí con mi dinero sin mí. I know nothing about that, and they live on the daily faking to be me and stealing from me. Very gross. I thought that I would be with a walker, so I would look unsexy. 2 levels or no. I ran a little bit. Just 2 of us. I'm like, I didn't run. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wasn't being responsible. I would never ask my kids to run. That goes to having low CO2 levels. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? As the responsible that have been labeled as mother of 2. Just baby. Entertaining myself. I had pizza very much recently too, the margarita. What else? What else? What else? What else? I love that I was exposed everyone that steals for me. I love me. I love me. I love me. Times 3. What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Another long today. I want a shot today on New Balance. And this was gonna show up to 6 minutes. Anyways, how many fiestas patronales his brother not missed? And I was born in Puerto Rico. So was he? Is this dad alive? Or did he die or is he in jail? It's so pretty. Decades ago, what a disappointment. My engagement assessment, and he brought up that he was sleeping with a logger. I know. And he was like, so. At least in the conversation okay with me having kids with a girl. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh. Ew. That was my favorite, possibly. If I had to pick. Possibly based on personality. And he's terrible. But I like it. I would be at parties and he would be dancing. I would love watching. What else? 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 I'm born. I am born. This day and age. And I'm a victim of hate crime. Wrong, so anyway. And I'm not gonna start now. Those two were delusional. They think they can push me into becoming something terrible. Yeah. Not only for myself, but because I love dating people who look. Oh, there was a guy at Haven for Hope that had, what was it? Was it a Haven for Hope? I think it was a black outfit and then that mintish bluish color pants. So cute. Oh, you with the towel. So the locker above me, there was a towel hanging always. Oh, it's gone, I think. Completely now, I think. What else? What else? What else? The bottom part was all red, possibly because the person in the bottom locker, the one that I have, closed the locker with a towel in it. So the person most likely had to pull the towel out to get it out from the person's locker. Well, me with the lock. I don't want it stuck in my locker because the person will need it. It's not my towel. So like the next few days, the towel would like be hung up the other way. The part that was ripped now wasn't showing in the last few days. I'm gonna throw up. So I wouldn't get on my locker, in my locker, I mean. But now it's not how I think this morning. I've never said that. I've heard that happening before. It's like if you treat a person with courtesy, what you think is the nuance without telling it. Like, why is this towel hanging outside of the locker? Which is very understandable, but it's a nuance. The nuance goes away on its own without having to talk to the person directly. Now, the person may have been in that area watching me being respectful to the towel, may have been annoyed at first, like, what's the problem with my towel? Either way, I had heard it already. I am just ignoring the comments. So Donta Jackson says, a shame to ask for help, but please spare $5 so I can eat. I'm really hungry. Please, thanks. Yeah. And there's, I don't know, possibly a PayPal account, Cash App. It's, what is the $ Prentice Moonwalk? That could be one of my leeches of a relative, second cousin. Just tried to put anxiety onto me, like, it doesn't. I ain't your mama, and I didn't steal from you. So I can refuse that request if I want to. If I'm busy, maybe I just parked at Target and I really want to get in to get my pads and change for my period instead of giving someone $5 online. What else? 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 Hello, you that you're reading, go ahead and give the money if you haven't already. That happens. If it's up to you, if it's legit to you. You gotta love the, what is it, hijackers that are like, give me money, no? If that's one of those leeches that steal from me. They don't ever get it. They don't ever use their rational brain. Ew. They seriously want to go down in life as being a joke. Yeah. In the meantime, I need to do laundry though for myself. Like 3 pairs of pants, a few t-shirts, 3 sports bras, 2 pairs of shoes. So for someone that they celebrated dying a few weeks ago, no. Because they steal from me, stay in my homes without my permission, get in the way of receiving money. That's how they say. They are like, you know how that chart, that's how they see one. They're like, well, maybe she'll die. Maybe, oh, what do you mean she got me sure? How long is it going to take to feel like she's dying again? Ugh. What else? What else? What else? Thank you, Dollar Tree, for everything that you do. These books are so entertaining for a moment. What? $1.25. I did shop at Dollar Tree before it turned into $1.25. It was so much fun. It was just $1. I don't know, what is it? I can't remember what I want to. What else? I want to watch a TV show. What else? I miss the Guerminos Carreros that I had until the very last day that I lived with him in my house. That was 2016. That was too stressful. Javiles raped me. My Corona had raped me. David was stalking me. And I was like, I don't want to lose you, I don't want to lose you. Mode to get my nose cut so I didn't get attached. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm never giving up that dick. Or if the legal process wants to know, I may run into him at an orgy one day. And get on it. I don't need to explain myself. My sexuality is about me. His dick is about him. He's the only one that needs to be giving me consent for me to have sex with him. That's it. What else? 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 I'm not lazy. I'm not a time waster. So in love with myself. What? Teresa, my second cousin that's 9 years younger than me, and that guy that I saw here for hope. For real. When I'm financially stable, if I run into them both again. But as far as I know, Menorito 9 years younger than me may not be stealing from me. I don't know. What else? 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 You can do an Eiffel Tower. Menorito 9 years younger than me too. Hopefully there's one 20 years younger than me, and then there's Alex. That was threatened to not like me. So let's start with Alex. What else? 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 Not getting pregnant though. What else? What else? What else? What else? For if he's trying, he's alive, and they're all faking that's me with a baby, and they're out there. What else? What else? What else? What else? Or they're giving drugs to my baby just for fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? Hopefully, if they're guilty of starving me on purpose, they kill themselves soon if they aren't already. I'm bored. Does Alex live at the ring? Not a shop there. I say the town place sweets or La Pinta. What else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe you can introduce me to someone from his book club that I remember. But maybe I'm not. Oh, he wouldn't be not. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But he wouldn't be not. And I'm okay with that. It's complicated. That was so long ago. I wish he wouldn't have made it so difficult for me to preserve his life. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He may be my second chair and not 9 years younger than me. That takes screenshots and send them to the police. Look at what they just said about Arlene, how they're stealing from her, blah, blah, blah. And they laugh in front of me thinking, just because I'm here quiet, or I may laugh and comment every once in a while, just to pretend that I belong. Doesn't mean that I'm not cooperating with the police. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Wait, she can approach me again if it's not off turn to me. Ideally, when I'm financially stable, so I can cry about the hire and say, hey, that was too solid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. These people are weird. They're impossible to behave just respectfully towards people. They're family first. They're so disgusting. And they cause one's poverty to be like, our family definitely is the first. What else? Maybe the FBI can help them sort this. Jesus fucking Christ. I'll marry him for 6 months if he wants me to do that. Just don't hurt my kids. Which one was that one of the library yesterday? Or maybe he was telling me the news that he's been happily married. Good for him. Love you for it. I wish him well if he survives. What else? But I'm not gonna give up my life, my kids, my freedom. What else? And that would mean him having taken me hostage. I'm not seeking that from him. But if he must. So he stopped stalking me and stealing from me and getting away with receiving money. And the FBI thinks that that's healthy for him and for my lifestyle to finally be free of all the stalking, drugging, raping me, having to protect me so much. Then do as you please. What else? He's so cute. How he just started talking and knew who would do that. That is possibly mocking me. But I started it. I couldn't stay quiet. I started recording, saying, "We'll meet here." Steals from me. That's nice. Oh, this one. I don't know which one that is. I don't know. What else? That's hilarious. You know the amount of money that they cause the government to spend? It's because they can't sit still one day. Yeah. The Department of War, they think it's hilarious. They want the guns, they want the cannons, they want all like DJ. They're like excited. They're like, oh, there's a Department of War, so we get along as relatives. I wish I had like los cañones. I'm like, that's exactly why you need to stay away, bitch. Ugh, doesn't get it. What? I asked that he doesn't rape me with anyone. Please don't. No drugging me, no hurting dating, no hurting K9. What else? Hopefully it was the same that he's been happily married for the past 6 years. But it's the second time that I've heard one of them, possibly the same one, bring that up. But sometimes they do it to gauge one's feelings. I'm like, married. I just said it once. What else? Because he may be trying to reduce his sentence in jail for him being a victim of abuse too. Not on behalf of me. So it's like, te lo dije, she feels like she's married to me. What else? Which one was that? It's not that difficult and to get people to get along. I don't know what's the problem. They live in what do I know? Soup is lunchtime. What did I just cross off? Was it squeeze or station? The illegal prostitute makes of the money that she steals from me versus me doing nothing on it. That's another reason. Well, he may have kept her hostage, or she may have stayed thinking, well, she's gonna want to know how much he pays me out of her money for being an illegal prostitute versus her having nothing. I want a long skirt and all the offices. Sorry. What else? 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 I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? Anyway, sorry I didn't send him a wedding gift. If he married 6 years ago, if it's legit, I would have loved to, but he steals from me. And that doesn't give him a reason to steal my homes, my vehicles, my money, helping himself. To my I love the cuff denim. Person that works at HEB today has a blue top, black jeans, and then the rolled up skinny-ish jeans too. A male. I think it's white sneakers too. So pretty. What? How much do NBA commentators get paid? Oh, I only give compliments. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want soup, but with what? I'm bored. So I'm done with this one. Next. And the answers are in the box. I want like 7. Oh, I would have had. But these guys are interested in. But I would have so easily found people to live in that home where I'm meant to be polyamorous with like 7 men. Did my parents fund the home? Did I fund it myself? You can account that your use my vehicles gets in the way where you save money. What else? What else? What else? Including the Zelda guests. My ideal threesome. They're gonna make it happen. I'm like, nah, you're both with bad with the illegal prostitutes. Yeah, that's worse than an STD. People say. I don't know. I've never been with anyone with an STD. But some people, it's like cancer. People say, oh, you poor thing, I'll work around. I will just suck that titty. And it's clean. And you're on your way to recovery. But like knowing that they illegally prostitute themselves and then they're with leeches, asquerosidad, basura, que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, que me roba mi dinero, is such a turn off. It's killed millions of people. They're such a turn off. They're disgusting. And then the illegal prostitutes think that because they lead with their vaginas and their penises, they think they're so sexy. Ew. Ew. So muscular. And I think that was Albert, which I confused and thought it was Alex, which it could have been Alex. And he is this tall. Which one is the tall one? Was that one Alex at the library? Doesn't look like it, no? His face is different. What else? What else? What else? What else? And Richie's dad. It was gonna be, I think it was gonna be Albert, no? And Richie's dad. What else? 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 We just won't get you pregnant early. And that would have been my permanent butt plug. Well, having babies with Iggy, but I don't like that. Just one situationship. But I don't know, like that's what they offer too, and sometimes they're like that. They're so gross. They're like, then if one doesn't let it put it in one's ass, and one's like, oh, debe darte una mamadita, they're like, no, 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 I always let him in the ass. I've heard they have a bad habit of doing that, and that's called starvation to some insects. Yeah, if it's not like the whole shebang that's available, I don't want it. What else? 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 So imagine being so what else? What else? What else? With Andrew, Alex, and Richie. I don't know what that was about either. That's supposedly they tap into their network and say to people, "Can you fund her? He's starving." What else? 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 Oh, in my mind, I'm never letting go of that dick. No one can force me. They can starve me. Those illegal getting in the way of me receiving money. Pero I'm never giving up on that dick. I think it's pretty, and I haven't seen it in so long. What else? 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 No, Richie's brother, I don't know his name for a purpose. It's not gonna be pregnant. Somehow they want a baby. What else? What else? What else? What else? Where are they right now? En Cabo Rojo, Cabo en Mexico, en la playa, feliz de la vida, sin hambre, with all their needs met, with the money that they steal from me. Kill them all today. They're so disrespectful, some girls. They're such a turn off. I'd rather malo por conocer than my. Porque I could end up dating someone that is into illegal hookers, but I may never find out good. Edgar used to attend the same orgies and possibly landed his dick in so many illegal prostitutes, but the way that he's grossed out and always asking me to seek the death penalty for him. Spend so much time talking to them, but it's because they're relatives, some of them, so they feel bad. What else? 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 I want Diego Ledesma to kill himself today. I want Liam Baker to kill himself today. Jorge Aviles can kill himself if he wants to. What else? 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 What is a sable again? I'm bored. I guess I want to. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, none of their hosts can fund me, or they got single at them. Like I imagine them being like having the life, and then like they can't keep it up of how dumb they are, and they ruin every relationship that they have. Y están pelados todo el tiempo. What? I want to be day clubbing in Las Vegas right now. Who's gifting me money? Or at the beach in Cabo Rojo. What else? 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 Please do try me with any of your money and see who agrees. And respect my children. And it's not challenge accepted. I'm gonna hurt them. Look at they're dying for it. And I was willing to do it since I was a toddler. What else? No drugging my children. No, esto de que esta quiere un canto de Keilani. Yo la conozco y está en aguada loca por tener a Keilani. No. If I even find out about that, I'll even take out the knives and do the killing myself of anyone that hurts Keilani. That's when I'll take out knives. I won't care what brand it is. I'll respect the brands anyways. What else? You want to seduce my children? Give me money if you haven't already. And when you're seeing them living life for ahí, make a move. Respectfully. Ask it out on a date or like as long as their needs are met. Ask it for casual sex if that's what they're into. They may be looking for the love of their life and they just want to marry 5 people. Each one of them, it may be a coincidence. They may be like, what, you do? I want to marry 5. I've heard mom has a home for like 7 individuals and herself. I want a home for 5 and myself. What else? Yo lo puedo llevar a Olajas y no lo estoy vendiendo. I'm just saying I can teach them how to behave in Aguada. Y en Puerto Rico, I was already doing that for the purpose of when they're teens, they can travel on to Puerto Rico, and if they run into you at Caplash, you buy una empanadilla. Ideally, no alcohol, excessively. Agua, please. Ideally, no motel de eso, but if that's what you're into, nah. Pero por lo menos Star Holiday en Mayagüez y un poquito más. That's my request. My kid may be like, what is a motel? Porque I was there once. What is a motel? I have to see this, or I want this in like my other homes. Porque I designed a home like in my childhood without having seen a motel first. What else? I'm bored. Pero ya yo sabía lo que era un espejo, lo que es un espejo. So you can decapitate the people that stole the home from me because she doesn't know what a motel is, and I'm older and I do the motel first. They're pathetic. I'd rather they die. Those people who steal from me and get in the way of mercy and money. What else? What else? I purposely don't do group chats where my children would be near me next to people that I find disgusting, because one of my kids may be like, I just went on a date with one of your classmates from high school and I had a great time. There's like a few where I don't fucking know how to behave. So I don't need to see that. I don't need to be there. My child, one of them is a minor. But considering I don't have any money, I don't need to be there. To arrange what? Nothing. And I'm not selling my kids ever as illegal prostitutes, so I wouldn't be entertaining any of your conversations, but I don't have any money. Especially when a lot of you steal from me and I don't know where you're selling. What else? I'm born. What else? Oh, to take myself on a cruise or it's hard to move. So soon, let's give to me back. I'm bored. That guy could be there just teaching me patience. If I can't ever pay for my phone, it stops working. and I get bored, I need to be what? Pacing and not killing. What else? What else? What else? It helps also to see different buildings on the skyline, the clouds. Not pacing to exhaustion if I haven't eaten or rested well, or I'm not hydrated. Pero de esto va para largo. So he could just be there, like, look at me, I'm pretty confident around my model, literally. Not afraid to do this. If your phone stops working at one point during your stay here and you don't have any money to leave and you're bored, don't kill yourself, just start pacing. Sometimes I've heard it's good to have a visual of, like, oh, fulanito, that was so pretty. I can do it too and not feel like I'm crazy. What else have they said there? Besides the press, besides the Departamento de la Vivienda. That could have been the girl sleeping next to me at the dorm of Haven for Hope, what, a while ago. That sounded Puerto Rican. Telemundo was there too. You possibly recognize them because there's like backup singers of the news that people are like, esta da la noticia, pero realmente quien colecciona la información es esta otra. Para que esta la reporta. There's another reason why they don't want phone recording on campus. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, if I visit Central Library this week again, I'll show you the magazine that I'm talking about. Talking about me still, my siblings trying to rape me, they're sex addicts, they're so girls. And my primos contributing to their views by stealing from me, getting in the way of receiving money, trying to facilitate my siblings raping me just to satisfy their sex addiction. They're disgusting. What else? What else? They're lazy, they're time wasters, they're so gross. What else? 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 Do I want soup? I want to wash my clothes. And I'm still making an appointment at Catholic Charities for more. Already fine now. I just need to fill out a paper and wait. So on a day that the library bibliothèque opens at 12 and I'm there like around 11, I can go ahead and sign up and ask to see what do they have there. Hopefully brand new. What tags? What else? What else? What else? What else? Sometimes people try on after removing the tags and say, oh, I'm just gonna give it away. That shows in that it's new. Some t-shirts like the one that I'm wearing don't have a sticker with the signs and it's brand new at the store. What else? 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 I should do that before my bus pass expires. Maybe not quite. What else? My bus pass expires in what? 4 more days. I'll walk. I'm bored. Denver se puede matar hoy if he's guilty of stealing from me, having raped me, getting away with something. If not, second chances are welcome. For real, but he have to be genuine. If he is a rapist, murderer, and thief, and I say hi, he should keep himself away from me as a courtesy. What else? 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 There I am again, la ex-wife de Yandel abusada. At least 2 are Gen Z, or one of them that just became a fan of him through me, and she or he doesn't know it. Some people were like, why is Yandel trending? Who is Yandel? sinfónico, esto, ¿qué es esto? They may enter, even for home, to see their homo while they were living with their parents or like whatever on a vacation away from everyone. Maybe get an apartment out of the process if I keep up with all the meetings. If not, I'll live with my parents again. However, this works out to be, it'll work out to me. They may be like, oh no, there's ex-wife. Okay, it's right there. 6 months ago, they didn't know what What else? 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 I'm so bored. Is this YouTube? Oh, I can be here for. I got me picked out. Though I may not record the whole thing. 2 people are watching there. I'm like, let's start with us. What else? 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 Oh, and that's so good because they're possibly like last year, porque they have timelines for other hookups that have to, or ganas de joder la vida de que yo llore, y yo no lloro. They may be like, that she needed to say before she ran into me. Corazón de instinto, no now. I want to be the hero. Because I didn't have a set of grandparents while growing up. As if I didn't get a great education from my parents or something. So I've said it already, and maybe one day in a bus I'll be like, look how sweet me, and just rape me, call 911. And I may not just say, look who just raped me. Look who I'm sitting next to. Little loser. He doesn't know how to keep it in his pants and abuse and starve me. Leave me up to starvation. Got my kids away from me. Trying to turn me on. So. What else? Anyways, people say that I'm mental. I'm like a big sister. I'm like a little brother. I'm bored. I hope he has a life of his own and never gets to that restaurant. If he doesn't get the death penalty, isn't that it? What else? 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 My rooms, but I don't even bring up the past. I sat next to it yesterday at the library, and I brought out a magazine, very current, where we were both mentioned jails in Puerto Rico, the abuse towards me, los presos, being able to work in private industry nowadays. What else? 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 I searched through the Body Glove website, what a swimsuit from there. I think he had actual gloves in the Body Glove bag. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, does he use gloves for drugs? And that's what he has there. The drugs that he uses to stay skinny. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It could be. One of them said decades ago to me that he uses drugs to stay skinny. One of them said to me that before traveling with me, I'd have to give him so much notice because he'd have to get out of drugs for them because I don't support them. What? And that's not incompatibility. But if it's done right, it's just illegal. That's why I don't take it ever on a date. I don't want to be living with it, and then the FBI being like, you know this is wrong, and you're letting him do it, even though he knows the correct dosage. It's still not approved. So I don't want to go to jail for that. I don't want to be that person. So one of them would have had to get out of drugs to be able to travel with me, and or also arrange for, like, if we're out somewhere, get some drugs somewhere while else. One should sustain oneself with water, no drugs. For being a fatty, that's the issue. That's exactly what the government wants to say. It's not regulated. The drug doesn't just curb whatever. They may be lying to them, say I don't feel hungry, but if they're trying to kill people, they may be hungry. That's their issue. What else? I'm bored. So, what else? That is it. Oh, again, one can kill oneself with salt. I must try that one, sadly. Do not run into him ever. And it was more than likely a wake-up call and die. It's poverty. I'm bored. The word God is here. Did they really think that I would be a culture and then I would stop visiting this place and I would be at the picnic vendiendo en nalga, vendiendo droga o comprando droga? Ew. They hype themselves up like she's gonna be homeless and she's gonna start illegally prostituting herself. Forget their wishful thinkers, they're disgusting. What happened back then was just me doing toddler exploration around family members and neighbors of my parents and relatives and colleagues of my parents. There's no need to be attached to me. Spouses don't treat people with abuse either. Just because it's in a telenovela doesn't mean that it's right. They think they can disguise it by being, she's my wife and she's cheating on me right now, HEB. No, I'm not. Ew, they're just disgusting. Nothing that they say about that situation holds up in court. They're obsessed with me so grossly. Ew. They're pathetic. They're so gross. Ew. They thought that they would do like I'm mean to you, but then people will see my soft side towards you and they're gonna love that. What soft side, dude? You're a leech. You're disgusting, both female and male. Ew, you're just gonna fake being nice to me, and if you habilitate yourself, that's not a part of my life. Ever. It's been said before. Using the restroom again, and then I'm getting shook most likely. However, I'm tired of being in the restroom. What else? Oh, with the money that they steal from me. What else? Why are they so disrespectful? People that are disrespectful, or it's fake. It's like my Chanel bags in one of my closets. I haven't had time to buy them myself. I think you may be laughing, you drugged me. I bought them myself. And then since she's lying, she doesn't know if they're authentic or not. What else? Is he dead already? What else? And I prefer myself to. Oh, that's cute. What are those? Mashed potatoes. I want soup. My demeanor will have changed. What else? What else? I'm staying at the Grand Hyatt today. Let's get everybody. Oh, that's cute. Oh, like I want bread. It's like eat your soup with pita chips then. You know, I was looking for free crackers the other day. They have those at Central Market near the soup, the hot one. So I grabbed it for the cold one and then I eat it there. What am I looking for? Bread. First bread. Not cornbread. Feta bread. Yeah, what dessert? That's pretty. That's cute too. What do I want? What's dessert? Oh, these. Maybe a cookie. Maybe a cookie. What else? Are we all looking rich buying bottled water for our asses now? At least this HEB. So, what? Their car like it's so different from my car. What about what else? What else? Bread. If not, pita chips are fine, but I may want to eat that later. With that box that has hummus. And what else? What else? Should I write the whole thing? What else? What else? What is her? What does that mean? That's too much, but I may buy it. Look at, do they have those? If they had those, or they have them. What else? So another test from the interval. That's all there is out there in the press. They're not all at the buffet. Somewhere that's the Russians. They're near. Will I buy them when they gift away the rest? Possibly. I'm not soft like that. Forget you're too poor to get the bagel, right? Then you can get that one. What else? So, where is there cheese trays here? They would be here, no? Possibly. Oh, they have these, but they have cracker and they have an egg. There's one at where they used to be at the HEB in South Florence that doesn't have. It has just cheese, grapes, and crackers. So it's so gonna make it great flavor. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. I saw someone at a bus stop wearing these shoes yesterday. Is he mad because he got them at S? And now what else? Some people get stuck. I want pizza. They have an oven here. I just haven't had the Oh, interval. Oh, I want to see the flowers. I have energy now to look at flowers. So, I was at a bus stop. And there was... They're cute. As fillers, no? What else? There was someone walking around saying, do you have spare change that you can give to me? And people were giving him money, and I didn't go after. Some people said, well, can you give me money? Usually they'll say no, like that was his request. You saw him asking for money, and now you're asking. People know how to read body language, and they're like, que entonces hace una fila aquí de gente pidiéndome dinero, and I need to leave. Well, for the most part, people will reject, so I'm glad I'm all alone. Porque in my case, because I'm a victim of theft, it's the opposite. I'm the first that says, this is my GoFundMe campaign publicly. I imagine those leeches that steal from me. They're like, oh my God, she's asking for money. Ask for $1 million too. Ask people for $1 million. And because they're extorters, they get funded like this, I've heard. What else? I'm bored. Oh, I like to see the balloons. It's pretty. This is pretty, that arrangement. That's cute. A shop. Where is it at? That there's red bottoms. No, is it red bottoms? What else? Unborn. Oh, do I look like I'm a relative of some mafia? Like La Mafia, people say that's a victim of Antifa, not specifically anyone, but it's mostly everyone, family of origins, not parents. Like people look around, it's like, are any of them following her? Are they here? Do they have the good guy here for her to think that it's a bad guy? So she gets into an argument. I'm so happy to eat what I want. The food, I even hope it's appreciated. It's just what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? For my thank you for my taste. Oh, and I have pensamiento too. And they would have hosted me. Certain people in Aguada, Puerto Rico may be upset and be like, we would have hosted her. Like, we're royalty and she's royalty and her kids. Pero no tiene ni dinero para llegar a Puerto Rico. Fuck. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't need that. It's uncomfortable when they put them those leeches to steal from me in group chats. Tú no eres comida. A través del teléfono. Those leeches del steal. Don't ask because you're just like, queer, Elizabeth. Yo no tengo royalty like that. My mother didn't birth like me and then twins. My useless como si fuera dude, those things like birth right after. Jaden salió de la vagina y Kehlani salió de vagina. No fue like. There's a reason for those babies. Some people just don't know when to have them. Some people are after the stroller that will come out when Kehlani turns 21. And Kehlani doesn't have to have babies. It's like, oh my God, when that kid turns 21, so-and-so already has a toddler stroller design that I better have my kid around 19. Kehlani is 19 for that stroller to come out because I can have babies whenever I'm financially stable. So I want to have my baby when Kehlani is around 19. So that when Kehlani turns 21 and the toddler stroller is released, I can get it. Don't ask me why. What else? 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 So 2 minutes. There's no shame in a kerosene that I cook. What could be worse? Killing people for food. Like those leeches that steal from me. They don't get it. They think they're sexy. Ew. They've killed millions of people. My hair looks so pretty. How long will I get though? And I finally washed off that last tinta that I had a while ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? No bad haircuts through a homeless shelter. I'm so happy. What else? Oh, there was a song being played by my vlogger on purpose. Like I survived. It was heaveness. So bring me back to life. I'm like, I don't need it, is it that they're just like playing that near people that almost fainted and see me almost faint? What? What else? I'm retired Interpol. Here, retired the secretary of the one that actually writes the article for the WSG, but doesn't is the secretary that writes it, literally. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm gonna shop at Old Navy today. I don't know what else. What else? See if you can catch Jaden and Kimani with their friends at the shops at Wiregrass, Armature. If you can get a date, if that's what you want. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Some people may be like me. They just sign. They're like, oh, there she is. It's like a book signing. People say. What else? What else? What else? What else? Some people travel to LA just to run into Kanye West. They're like, oh, there he is. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I miss. Oh, that is so cute in that cover. I missed out on coffee today. What a shame. Oh, I wore this outfit like 2 days already. What else? 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 Oh, I tossed What else? I'm bored. This is gonna be I'm bored. What else? That's how he showed up in court. What else? What else? What else? Is it a fashion show on their social media now? That wear suits to court. They had a guard take pictures of their what is that Johnson jail, and I must know. What else? 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 People like these and the ladies are so gross. They fake being married to these types, and they're like, yo no tengo dinero para ti ni energía. Vete para la cárcel if you want to be educated. And they're educated people from really nice families, I've heard. And they push them like, you want to be with me, you need to be at the bottom of the lowest, uneducate yourself. And they cause for them to go to jail. Yeah, you want my pussy, you have to be uneducated and willing to go to jail. They're disgusting that they are. What else? What else? What else? Oh boy. So good. No one there's that I could use my What time is it? Boy. What does that mean? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm lost. I'm looking for snowy owl. I miss cooking for myself. I miss having a home for myself. Oh, there it is. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm done with this pasta. I'm bored. And then in this live, I'm gonna browse on YouTube and possibly watch a video, one of those motivational videos. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about those people that steal from me ever. I'm just gonna watch a video on YouTube. Princessos one. The guy in the video was like, I'm talking about men, no esos princesas. Oh, but I have no reaction to that. What else? What else? What else? Porque esa princesa so me. Third cousins. That video was a suggestion on YouTube for me to watch anyway. It could be referring to other princesses anyways in the video. What else? If those exist, I've never met them. What else? What else? What else? Thinking about how I look now. That I met Edgar in the community that I grew up around, and he treated me very well while married to him. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm gonna watch a video on YouTube.